Let's talk about another one of Toronto's cold cases. Now let's go back to July 29th of 1997. 41-year-old Gracelyn Greenidge, she lived at 50 Driftwood Avenue on the 5th floor, and she worked as a nursing assistant at a nursing home on Christie Street. So when they see that she didn't show up to work that day, her coworkers became concerned. How many of us have coworkers or friends or a family that will go, come check on us if they don't hear from us for a couple of days? But I digress. So one of them headed over to her house to check. And back in those days, they had the mail slot on your front door. So they peeped through the mail slot and they could see her lying on the ground, not moving and, covered in blood. So they called 911. They came and they started to investigate. Now, she was almost to her front door. She was battered and beaten, and police could see that there was a struggle. And she made it as far as, to the front, almost to the front door, where she collapsed and, passed away. She died of blunt force trauma to the head. Now, during this time, she had just started dating a new guy, but none of her friends or family knew who he was. Like sometimes when you start dating a new person, you want to test the waters first before you introduce them to people. So I guess that's what she was doing. But police have spoken to everyone in her life that she has contact with, and all of them were eliminated. Now, they have the perpetrator's DNA, but they don't have a name to match it to. This is not a case where someone will need to go into court to testify or anything like that. You provide the name, police will follow that motherfucker around, wait for him to throw out a cup of coffee or empty cup or whatever, or spit out a piece of gum, have him stick on, lick an envelope or something. They'll find the DNA, or they'll get the DNA. Once they have a name, they will figure out a way to get the DNA and test it to see if that person is the perpetrator. But I'm going to attach a clip here of a new press release that they just put out, because I've spoken about this case before, but as I said, they just put out a new press release, so I'm going to attach it here. But it's been 25 years, close to or whatever, and this case still has not been solved. She's from Barbados originally, which I thought I seen the Bahamas in one other paper, but you know how they like to mix this up. So the police are saying that she's from Barbados, so that's what we're going to go with. And yeah, share this video, repost. Yeah.
Well, they have his DNA, but 20 years after the murder of a Toronto nursing assistant, police still don't know who he is. And now they're hoping a large reward will help. Our Erica Vella joins us now from the newsroom with more on this. And Erica, what can you tell us about this cold case?
Well, it's been over 2 decades since Gracelyn Greenidge was found dead in her apartment, and the person responsible could still be out there. Jeff. She was working as a nursing assistant at a senior center on Christie Street when she didn't show up for work on July 29th, 1997. A coworker was concerned and went to Greenidge's apartment at 50 Driftwood Avenue. That's where she was found dead from what police say was blunt force trauma to the head. Now, she was last seen alive leaving work the day before. Police have developed a DNA profile based on evidence from the scene, and they're making an appeal asking anyone with information on this murder from 20 years ago to come forward.
There had been a struggle, a violent struggle in the apartment, and there was quite an amount of blood throughout the apartment in different locations. We've actually been able to determine an unknown male DNA profile that we believe belongs to the killer in this particular case. Now, that DNA is not on our DNA databank in Canada, and we've eliminated a number of people that were directly related to the case. So now we're looking to expand the search for other people that may have known Gracelyn.
Now, we covered this story 20 years ago. Here's a colleague and how he described the type of person Greenidge was.
Always smiling, always very joyous, always very helpful, always did that extra bit. Wonderful person, much liked by her co-workers, and she'll be sorely missed.
Now, Greenidge had family in Barbados, so police are hoping this appeal reaches any family members there. They also put forward a $50,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest of the killer.